So Ted just said, does it ever occur to you that the pills just fell out? Well, yeah. Well, no, I didn't, because the actual pills were cleaned out. The label was taken out, and there wasn't any left inside. So I was cleaned out. I didn't just drop a few. $250 worth. I didn't just drop a few, and I was so excited. And people, why they wonder why I go, and I say the worst things, and I say things that I would never do but threaten to do, because I am so angry. I'm so frustrated. I mean, everything was fine, and lately I've been yelling a lot and angry because I'm so fed up. I mean, I don't know if you heard, but the police and a few other instances brought me to hospitals, and there I stayed in psych wards, sometimes for 3 days, sometimes for 2 days, and there for like no reason. I mean, no reason. As soon as I got there, and that was for an elevated heart rate, okay, and the officer promised me I wouldn't go into the psych ward. Well, I'd just gotten out 3 days prior. So there I went in again. I went to the psych ward. And, I mean, the gurney hadn't even stopped before they put me on those great clothes. You know, the clothes that you can never escape because they say psych ward all over them. Those turquoise ones.
They're not a fashion statement.
No. Although I did look good in the turquoise, didn't I? And so but they tie this thing around your waist, and it's kind of like a diaper. It's like a diaper, a metal diaper that was way, way too tight. And everybody who walks by you, like, looks at you like you're a freak. You feel like a freak. And you just sit there, and you're tied there for nothing. For nothing.
For how long?
I'm no more psychiatric than...
For how long?
What do you mean? Hours. And then they bring you into the, the ward where you could never escape from, the padded cell place. And then you stay there and in solitude, and they don't give you your pills. They don't give you your medication. And, you stay there. And you're not allowed to go out to have a cigarette. Okay? I was never allowed. Once, get this one, I went to... I said to the guard, I said, I'm going to have a cigarette. Is that okay? I mean, I should never have been there. And he's like, yeah. And then all of a sudden they went looking for me. I came back and they tied me up. And I go, what are you doing? Why are you doing that for? They said, because you weren't supposed to go. And I said, nobody told me that. I told him I was going, And once at one hospital, I was just sitting down. And I asked something and they said, hey, are you talking loud? Are you being aggressive? I said, no, I'm just asking you a question. They said, you're going to have to go in your room now. You're going to have to go in your room. So I went in my room, and they locked me in for so long that I urinated in the, I call it a cell, in the room. And then the man said, oh, did you pee? And I was so embarrassed. And he just took a towel and mopped it up, And everybody laughed. I mean, and I was also in a psych ward where this guy was being very, very, very inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't even want to say how inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
And then he proceeded to tell me that he was a sex offender.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a sex offender with older women.
Right.
And he really started to be inappropriate. So I ran out of one room and I went and I asked the staff to help me. And they all laughed. They just laughed. Anyways, it was very hard. It's very hard to be tied up for no reason.
Sounds like it was more being given to you, not as therapeutic, but as a way
punishment.
punishment. Exactly.
And I did nothing wrong. And the hours are so long. And on top of that, they don't even feed you there. I didn't even get any food. Once I was there for 2 days, and I begged for some fruit cup. I hadn't eaten for like 7 days before that. And I just wanted another fruit cup. That's all they gave me for the whole day and a half I was there. And I never got it. Oh, and that was the time that I had to, cute story, but humiliating. They couldn't find any shoes my size, so I walked all the way to a friend's house for about 1.5 miles because I had no bus fare or anything. And I walked in my little blue shoes. You know those little blue shoes so you don't walk around in bare feet? Yeah. I walked in those all on St. Catherine Street. You want to talk embarrassed? You want to talk humiliated? Oh yeah, and I also took out my own IV
So
because
they
they wouldn't take out my IV either.
They wouldn't give you your clothes back?
No, I guess I guess I don't know what happened. In that.
Did you ever get them back?
No. I left with my Johnny shirt and they said they couldn't find anything. And another time I was at one hospital.
Which hospital?
I don't want to talk about which hospital.
Well, no, it's important.
I will another time. But I just remember something. The one time I had this red and black bra, and they hung it in the nurse's station. They hung it, and my boyfriend saw and said, "Where's her bra?" And the nurse said, "I don't know," and he said, "Well, she told me it was hanging in the nurse's station." And she said, "It was, because it was wet." Because it was wet. That was my brassiere. I have been so humiliated. I have struggled and struggled beyond anybody's. It's funny. Oh my goodness, I just have 2.5 more minutes. Okay, here's a story. Do you care? No, but you're gonna. Oh, you can just shut me off. But what I want to tell you is, I hadn't eaten in like about a week and a half, and I put on this tight dress just because I didn't have many clothes over at 2060 West Broadway, and it was a gray dress, and I tried to get it over my head. Well, I got it over my head. You know how you go, and I couldn't get it off. I was stuck because of lack of energy. I couldn't scream for help for about 4 to 6 hours in an upright position in a panic state because I couldn't get the dress either down or up. It was stuck over my head and my arms were in the air. And I tried every minute. Oh, I tried. No, I was alone at 2060 West Broadway. And I tended, by the way, about 17 to 20 candles over there. And then I got arrested for arson because they smell smoke. I don't get it. Loge po, Madame Salomon. Loge po. I won't let go. Although it seems a very tempting place to be. Not here. Not right now. But one day at a time, hopefully. And I guess my theory is, if you don't throw anybody under the bus or don't F anybody over, then really nothing should happen to you. Nothing. Do it to others. If you're good to others, hopefully they'll be good to you. Except for if your name is Kimberly Ann Solomon. Even if you're good to others, they'll still lie and conjure and be cruel to you. Modern day Lord of the Flies, I say. Modern day Lord of the Flies. Anyways, almost there. Bonsoir. Merci. Good night. Thank you. Avidazain and buenas noches. Gracias. Gibbets and bits. Kimberly and Solomon.